Hello, namaste. How is everyone doing? This is Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of April the 13th, 2026. How you doing out there? How's that Mars Neptune experience for you? Because that precise meeting of them is on Monday, the first day of this week. So I think we'll still feel that for at least 2 to 3 days afterwards. And then we'll be more focused on Mars tangling with Saturn, which I think will feel a little bit more difficult and will provide more actual events in the world that make us realize that we're experiencing this consequential transit. So, so we start the week, we tone the week with Mars and Neptune. Remember that I mentioned last week, irritability, frustration, wanting to take quick actions, maybe not seeing things clearly. I have a sense that this could also be scapegoating energy, like people blaming, looking for somebody to blame. And so they could blame an individual or a group or a situation. They don't have the facts or figures. They don't care. They're angry and they want to point the finger. So that's something to really be cognizant of, aware of as we start the week. We also have still, as we start the week, the beautiful connection between Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer, the two blessing planets, in just a sextile, right? It's a minor aspect. So this provides opportunities, but you have to do something about them. So lean into them. And as I cautioned last week, no excess, especially excessive spending or excessive consumption. This definitely could be an indulgent transit. Now, Mercury, as we start the week, is also in a beautiful connection with Uranus. So we had Mars do it last week to provide the opportunity, the sudden, shocking, surprising thing. And now here's Mercury coming in with the ideas. Perhaps part of the Mercury retrograde phase was kind of building up for this last opportunity. Recall that Mercury in Pisces won't have the opportunity to sextile Uranus in Taurus again because it's moving into Gemini. So it won't happen again for 84 years. So there's something here about potential surprising communication, interaction, piece of news that could be really delightful and beneficial. Now, after it sends this beautiful blessing to Uranus, at the very last degree, it slips into the sign of Aries. And then once we get to April 15th, we are later in the day in East Coast time, have the moon in Aries, Mercury in Aries, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, Sun, Chiron, all in the fire sign, all in the very first sign of the zodiac. So this is a lot of fire energy. We still have, tangentially, a little bit of nice energy flowing from Pluto to Saturn, but now Mars is going to start flowing beautifully with Pluto. Now, these are the two malefics coming together. At the same time, the two benefics are, kind of stepping away from their harmonious connection. So the two malefics coming together, you still have to be careful. I think Mars will give us the passion, the drive, the bravery to lean into the future that Pluto is presenting to us, the way that it is breaking down certain systems. I also think it will really energize groups of people to be more activist. Whether that's a good thing or a difficult thing, hard to say, right? But be aware that that is being stimulated. Now, the sun is within the 1 degree range on the 15th, and on the 16th meets precisely Chiron. So these two coming together in Aries, there's something here about really being proactive in your own healing, in your own development, taking accountability for your struggles or for the part of you that feels rejected or unwelcome or different, which I honestly think we all thoughtful people do. Really seizing that and doing something with it, whether that's helping others or helping yourself, which also helps others. The 16th is the mathematically precise connection between Pluto and Mars. So again, slow down though. So be careful. Pluto wants you to make change, and it doesn't care what it destroys in the process. This is part of the problem with Pluto. And Plutonian people, Plutonian events provide radical change. That change may be needed, but it is often less than harmonious. And so Have your intention set for these several days. Actually, I would probably start at the beginning of the week and then go all the way through the next, because then we have the Mars Saturn situation to keep an eye on. Continually think, may this change occur harmoniously and to the greater good of all, or may this evolutionary change, or this decision that I make, or this thing that I end, or this thing that I start, may it flow harmoniously, may it unfold in the most positive way. Really have that intention set. So, busy, busy day on the 16th, because we have that beautiful connection between Mars and Pluto. And then we also have the exact meeting of Mercury and Neptune. So this is not the best decision-making energy. Despite the support of these other planets, it might not be all the facts and figures there, but do your best to make the most intelligent, wise, and also connected, intuitive decisions if you need to move forward on something. And then we also have Mars coming within the 3-degree range of Saturn. So kind of Mars touches Neptune, says hi in a nice way to Pluto, and then all of a sudden encounters consequential Saturn. So this is something that we're going to really watch, because the exact meeting of Mars Saturn is at the end of the week on the 19th. This could fire both early and late, because Mars could cause it to act sooner, and Saturn always has a little lag, a little slowdown. So this is youth versus old age. This is, I want to do it quickly, and Saturn's there saying, I'm sorry, you don't have the right permits, or you don't have the right whatever. Saturn is, I described this when I was doing the forecast with my friend Ann Bayford with her group the other night. It's kind of like the seasoned, older battalion commander. That would be Saturn, right? And then the young man who's just itching to get in there and make his name, and wants to do something very quickly, and doesn't care about the consequences, and has this kind of false, bravado that's built on falseness, or perhaps on even not understanding the consequences of some of the things he's trying to do. And Saturn's there, the commander is there saying, yeah, son, maybe that's not the best call, or um, maybe even using him to his own advantage instead, and sacrificing the younger person. So I do think this is a very tense energy, something we have to really be careful about. Watch out for getting into arguments with people, especially younger people. People are going to be very much in their feels, in their emotions, and acting out. This is also the flavor of energy that seasons this week's or this month's new moon. The new moon occurs on the 17th at 7:52 a.m. Eastern Time. Please note, though, the moon immediately voids until 11:58 a.m. Eastern. So you got about 4 hours after the new moon where you would want to do your rituals. This new moon features that a stellium, frankly, of Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. But really, the Mercury, Mars, Saturn is what we're watching. The mind and communication, the will and drive to achieve, and the rules all locked together. This also features the sun very close, and sun and moon very close to Chiron, the wounded part of ourself. So really watch and allow your most mature version of yourself to step forward at this time and set intentions around whatever you want to manifest in the Aries area of your chart. Late Aries, early Taurus, that's where this is going to take place. If you're not sure where that is, then set intentions around being more independent, more autonomous, more optimistic, more brave, more courageous. Embrace that warrior spirit, be a spiritual warrior, be an artistic warrior, the higher vibrations of that energy, and stay away from the shadow, which is anger, emotionality, tantrums, not seeing the big picture, not having any perspective. All right, then the very next day we have Mercury in Aries sextile to Pluto. So we're having another supportive energy with Pluto. And so functionally, Pluto is supporting Saturn, Mars, and Mercury. We really get a glimpse of the future here. We get a glimpse of the what is really broken, what is being destroyed, and how it shall be renovated or rebuilt. So pay attention to this week. It's very important, very potent. Um, and then on the 19th, the sun will enter into the sign of Taurus. So we'll have Sun, Venus, and Uranus all in Taurus for a but a brief period of time because next week, both Venus and Uranus will slip into the sign of Gemini, and that will also be another powerful shift and change. So, watch that exact conjunction of the Mars Saturn on the 19th. I think the sun moving into Taurus will help give us a little bit of a slowdown for some of you based on your time zone. It will actually be on the 20th that the sun moves into Taurus. Oh, I think we'll all appreciate as a few of these elements move into that sign and kind of bring a little groundedness to all the fire energy. Um, if I can support you in any way through these transits, please let me know. I know I've been definitely hearing from clients who have placements in these areas. I mean, this is such a powerful time period. Also, if you need more specific support at a more budget-minded rate, consider signing up for the membership. $65 a month gets you a personal astrology reading every month with guidance every month, as well as a 12-house tarot reading, a full moon journal, a series of journaling questions for almost every day of the month, where you can look at the transits and understand them through what's functionally happening. This also gives you access to my private YouTube channel, which has, I think, 140 or 150 videos now. Lots of great information there. It's a wonderful way to support yourself through what can potentially be a difficult time, have a little bit more of a heads up. And also, it's great for me, I have to say, because A, I can film them whenever. So we don't have to worry so much about scheduling and my time zone and your time zone. But B, I'm also learning so much following my beautiful members' transits. It's so educational and interesting to see how everyone is taking these moments, these important moments of their lifetime and molding, carving, creating a life, a meaningful life, a happy life. So, all right, my friends, namaste. I will see you next week. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or email me, jill@nuitastrology.com. Take care and be safe. Bye.